What it is, y'all, it's your old boy Pilk, and of course we're coming back with more Danchro. Now, as we're coming closer to the sunset of the game, things are just getting kind of interesting and weird. And it struck me the other day that I was really curious if we're at the point where we're once again able to solo these raids. For a while, we were able to solo the very hard, and then they dropped the EX, and there was just flat no way, right? But the EX has gotten easier and easier, and I've noticed my scores have gotten higher and higher. Now, survivability has never really been a problem. The problem has always been in kind of the damage, acquiring enough damage to make this happen. So let's go ahead and create a room real quick. Thought we did restore challenge attempts. Go away. I have a ticket. Shove off. There we go. So, let's go ahead and create a room real fast. There we go. Now, I'll kind of go over my setup here real quick. So you guys, this will make a little bit of sense here for you. So, I have Alan. Now, I have Alan with a suboptimal assist. I would really love to have the Festa Freya. I never got her. I tried so hard. She never dropped for me. But that is what it is. Now, we are going to lead with the Seer Assist, which makes a lot of sense. But more than that, it's going to give him the ability to do his ult right out of the gate. And just a few other things just give him a little bit of extra power. No real big deal. Everything's just there to kind of boost the power of that ult. But he's not our main DPS. After Alan, we are going to bring in the Fire Ryu. Now, Fire Ryu is really awesome. But once again, she's got one purpose and one purpose only on this team, and that is her ult. So what we're going to do is we're going to bring Fire Ryu in. We're going to go ahead and basically drop her ult, and that's going to knock everybody down. And that's going to give us a window of opportunity to bring in the Fire Artemis. Now, if you've studied this, you know that she definitely is not advantageous here. In fact, it's the water units that are advantageous here. Now, she's not at a deficit by any stretch of the imagination, but she's not advantaged, which means there's no reason why she should be able to basically solo this event, but she does a fantastic job. Now, assist-wise, obviously we're running her assist, and that is Hermes, and my Hermes only has 1 star, so, this is not the best of the best of the best situation. This is just, we're making it work. However, I will say my Artemis is A5 and level 100, and if you didn't do that with your Artemis, I highly recommend doing it. I mean, she's worth. Now, some of you are already kind of distraught because we are losing the game. You can transfer this account over to the JP game and then play the offline game. So don't get too distraught. It's still a great time to play. And it's a great time to build up. And then you always have that offline game. We'll talk about that. That is coming up. We have plenty of time to cover it. Right now, I kind of want to cover everything leading up to that. So let's jump in and do this. Oh, it's scene card wise. We do have this scene card that is going to give us, once again, an ult right out of the gate. And then I've given her all the usual stuff. Basically, increase all stats below 50% because her HP is always going to be below 50%. And then this scene card over here, if I can get it to come up. There we are. Which increases her special move damage. Now, her special move damage isn't all that incredible, but it's the scene card that I have, and it boosts the most stats. So this is what we're going to use. This is what we're going to do. Let's go ahead and go into this by, I say ourselves, myself. Like, the Royal We is not even a thing here. Like, I am just going in here solo, alone, nobody to hold my hand. Now, I can mess this up, and hopefully I don't. We've already done one run through this. So I'm going to kind of walk through this and talk through this. So we'll drop Alan, and then I'll drop my Freya unit here, and then I'll swap into Ryu, and then we'll use Ryu's ult to kind of knock everybody down, and then I'll use her assist. And then we're going to drop into Artemis here, and then we want to get Artemis's ult off right out of the gate, and Hermes, and you need to do at least one, if not both, skill 2s right away, so that essentially you get, because basically her skill 2 is going to increase her critical rate. So then I'm going to swap. Oh, I don't want Ryu, fire Ryu yet. I want Alan. I clicked a little bit too quickly. So we do Alan's alt. Normally then I'd go back into fire Ryu, but we were here now. So we'll do Artemis's alt because she's got to do her. I really wish she'd attack them. And you kind of wanted to use her. You want to use her skill 2 to build up her critical rate. Here we are. And skill 2 this sucker. Now, you don't want her to over-heal with the skill 2 because she can heal out of her maximum damage. But, you know, we're doing pretty good here. Let's knock him down again. And then we'll go ahead and beef up our... Basically, he just speeds up the rate at which you get all of your main skills. So we'll swap back into Artemis. We'll do her alt. Bam. And then skill 2 will increase her critical rate. I haven't even dropped her item. I completely forgot to drop her item. There we go. And it's really important that you drop all 3 skill 1s at the same time. Because the way her skill 1 works is that the first one does a little bit of damage. The second one does big damage. And that's really, really, really important. So we just basically spam that to drop all 4 simultaneously. And it'll just do crazy, crazy, crazy damage. Oh, we missed on that one. Okay, and then I can just do this again, and then just keep building them up. Over and over and over again. Okay, and I want Ryu here. Bam, for the knockdown, and then Artemis coming in, doing her alt, doing her skill 2 for the crit rate, and then spamming skill 1 over and over and over again. Remember, don't heal too much with skill 2, because you can heal skill 2 to the point at which you run out of damage potential. But there you guys go. Bam. Good stuff. I am shocked. Floored that we were able to pull that off. But details here. 50 million damage. And you'll notice it's all in Artemis. It is all in Artemis. Basically, if we kind of go back up here to the top, there we go. Alan is just, like I said, there for his alt and to speed everybody up. Same with Ryu. She's just kind of there for her alt, knock everybody down, and give Artemis some time to come in and just do her thing. It's a great combo, and it works fantastically. And you will notice that I didn't really cover the items. But the main thing is here, because I didn't really use the items so much, I did use the item with Artemis, but basically all the items are there to buff her strength. She's got all the items on her that will increase her strength and just make her stronger and stronger and stronger. And I do have her up to... She's not fully maxed out. Hold on, let's go to her ability, her upgrades real quick, if we can get there. That's a big if, apparently. There we go. Thank you. Bam. And bam. So, like I said, she's A5. She's level 100. She's maxed out there. But if I go to ability board, I have the first and second ability board. My third ability board is only filled out this far. I really wish she was all the way. But full disclosure, I kind of stopped farming Growth Quest for a while. Especially when we kind of figured this was on the horizon. We had some clues that the shutdown was going to be imminent. So I got lazy about it. So there's still room to grow in Artemis here. Let's see. So let's see. What are we missing? Activated when attack rolls and use. At the start of the battle, grants 15% special move damage, so she get even more special move damage there. Endurance increases 6%. We don't necessarily need that. We don't need the stamina either, but we do need 10% chance to grant 10% damage increase to own unit for 10 seconds. Another endurance and stamina buff. And then we get here. Activates when 6 fire attribute characters are in a party, which we're not going to have. Let's see. So actually, this one wouldn't matter so much because it's only when there's 6 fire attribute units, and that's not going to be a thing. Grants 1 special move to own unit, though, would be really handy. And grants special move cost reduction of 100%. So you automatically get the 100% cost reduction. You don't need the sync card anymore. But it only activates when it's an all-fire team, which wouldn't be our situation here. So actually, really, this board right here would be our best board. And we only need that first one. So we're really not far off of max damage, really, realistically. So, there you guys go. Go have fun with it. If you could solo it, just go. Go ham. Let me know if this was helpful to you guys at all. Like, share, subscribe. Continue following because we have a lot more Danmachi coming up soon. And we've come up with a really fun plan for the live streams even after this game is expired. Something I think you guys will really, really, really enjoy. I'll disclose more of that coming up here soon, but we need to go work on the archive and finishing up some of the Dan Mimo stuff we never finished, including, shamefully, the book, which I never finished scanning. We were talking about that on the stream earlier. So, a lot more coming up. Stay tuned. See you guys again here shortly for more of all the above.